Hello, everybody. Dr. Madnar 1977 here. Today I'm just going to do a little bit of Diablo 3. Now, a lot of you probably heard different things dealing with Diablo 3. Some people like it, some people hate it, kind of thing. I was a big fan of Part 1. Lots of fond memories of Part 1, actually. I remember when the demo first came out before the actual game, going up to the butcher and seeing the bodies impaled on spikes and meeting the butcher for the first time was kind of cool. Then part two came out and got quite addicted to part two, played it quite often. Then I got part three on launch day. Now, like a lot of you already know, part three had some minor setbacks. One of the major things that, drove a few people crazy was the constant online bit. For me, I don't really mind it. Constant online is fine. It's like an MMO. Once a week, it'll be down for a bit, kind of thing. And, that kind of bites. With the first two, you could play it no matter what and didn't have to worry about the online function. But, it's a minor setback. It's not that bad. The one thing that does bother me quite a bit about this over part two is whereas in part one and part two, as you leveled up, you got a certain amount of points that you can enter into your stats, like, your strength, intelligence, dexterity, and constitution, whatnot. In this one, when you level up, it'll automatically add the points. So you kind of lose your customization ability with that. And also with part two, you had a skill tree. And each level, you got a certain amount of points to put into your skill trees and to choose like where you want to go. For example, part two, when the expansion came out, I loved the assassin class. So I kind of went into, I believe it was a Shadow Warrior um, tree. I'd have to take a look at it again, but I think it's Shadow Warrior, something to do with that. Anyway, it's like the martial arts tree. Quite enjoyed that. Whereas this one, it's pretty much by the time you hit level 60, you can have every single skill in the tree, and then you just choose which ones you like the most and then use those. Some people think it's a lot better, some people don't. For the most part, though, I think Diablo 3 is quite a good game in its own right. It has nothing on part 2, but then again, it's still pretty good. Anyways, we're going to go into the game. As you see here, I got quite a few characters already made, but for this video, I'm just going to create a new character here. So when you go in, you got your different selections. You got your barbarian, male, female. Both, I think, are pretty darn ugly. You got your hunter, demon hunter, which is basically an archer. You got your male version, female version there. Monk, which is by far my favorite class because, as I said in the second one, I love the assassin class, and the monk is pretty much on par to the same as what the assassin was. It's basically a combination of the monk from the expansion in Diablo 1 Hellfire and Lords of Destruction from Diablo 2. They took both classes and combined it into this, and that's your monk. Witch Doctor, I tried it just barely. I was not a big fan of it. It's basically a combination of a necromancer from part two and your wizard. Pretty much the same as the other games. If you like magic user, you probably like wizard. I got a few friends online that use a wizard, and they're pretty powerful, but as you'll see when I show you some different games, I'll never be playing a wizard or a mage because I hate playing casters. I like more upfront, in your face damage dealers and whatnot. So let's name this character Kimie. So we'll create the hero, and then I'll start the game and I'll stop talking for a bit just so you guys can see the intro. Depending on the characters that you use, barbarian, monk, demon hunter, and whatnot, each one will have their own intros. The sex doesn't really matter except for the voice. If you choose a guy, you'll get a guy's voice, narrating the opening videos. If you choose a female, you'll have a female voice narrating the videos. Anyways, we'll start the game.
The gods are in all things. Everywhere, I see signs of change. The wind bears an unnatural chill, and my people grow uneasy. Now, fire burns the sky and scorches the vault of the heavens. I must carry out the will of the patriarchs. When they need to see, I am their eyes. Where they wish to strike, I am their fist. When they would ignite the light of truth, I am their torch. They have sent me to where the heavenly fire has fallen. My mind is clear. I will rid Tristram of the shambling corpses that have risen in the fire's wake.
And that was the intro to the game. Right now, first little bit is basically like a little bit of a demo on how to attack and that. It's a very basic tutorial that lasts pretty much until you enter the town. You'll start off with two skills basically, one for your left mouse button, one for your right mouse button. So the left one is Fist of Thunder, generates 6 spirit per attack. The more spirit you gain, then it'll fill up into this little bulb here, and then your right mouse button will basically use spirit attacks, like attacks that use spirit, and then these ones here, when you unlock them later, will also be special attacks, which you'll see later on. I'm just going to do a basic video this time, but later on I am going to start a Let's Play on Diablo 3, but I'm going to be doing that on hardcore difficulty. Right, so let's just go ahead here, attack the little Risen / zombie. So that's basically your Fist of Thunder attack. The other one is just a basic attack. Now once we unlock the next ability, you'll never see this attack ever again. The graphics are pretty decent in this game. I have turned them down a bit for this video, or else I'd probably be getting a lot of lag in it.
I seek it.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her. Captain Rumford, more dead are coming. We can't open the gates until we drive them back.
Alright, kill some more zombies.
They keep coming. I've never seen anyone fight like that before. Guards, open the gates.
Pretty good, almost up a level here. I'll head on into town. Probably head over to the tavern. Like each of the townspeople have little things that they'll say as you walk by them, but nothing too really interesting.
Are you Leah? Rumford said you survived the fallen star.
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but... Watch out! The wounded are turning!
Alright, kill them off.
My strength has increased.
This is killing business.
Level 2, yeah. Alright, we'll talk to Leah again.
Overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
I will send them back to their graves. I will save your town.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
So as you notice there, set a skill obtained. So we'll go into skills. So notice this has been unlocked. As you notice on each of the ones, they'll have a little number under a little lock there. Level 4 will unlock the defensive first skill in that tree. Level 9 will unlock our first technique. Level 14 will unlock our first focus. And level 19 will unlock our first mantra. Mantras are kind of like little buffs that will last for a certain amount of time. You can unlock a passive skill later on that will let mantras stay active for about 7 to 9 minutes, I believe it is. Then level 10, our first passive skill. Level 20, our second passive skill. And then level 30 will unlock our third passive skill. So let's go into here. I'll show you our primaries pretty much. Right now we got Fist of Thunder. Level 3 will unlock Deadly Reach. Level 11 will be Crippling Wave. And level 15 will be Way of the 100 Fists. I pretty much like each of these ones. Like Crippling Wave is pretty good, and Way of the 100 Fists is pretty good, especially for taking on, groups of enemies. So for right now, we can only have Fist of Thunder. This one will unlock Lashing Tail Kick for our right mouse button. So we'll click on that and close. And that's that skill there. Pretty good. It's good for taking on groups of enemies too, kind of like a little AoE. So we'll grab our journal and let's read it.
We've been under siege for 6 days now. Uncle Deckard is still missing. Captain Rumford and the others are losing hope. I tell them not to lose faith, but if help doesn't arrive soon...
Alright, so leave there. Exit the inn. As you see here, you got your chest, same as in Diablo 2. You got your stash there that's shared between all your other characters. Got a bunch of gems here. For my higher level monk, I got my level 55 fist weapons. Not the greatest. I'm just saving up money to buy something on the auction house right now, so I'll probably get something a bit better than what I have in here. For level 5, though, I do got a decent weapon that I'll be able to use on this character, and these are all my gems for now. Over here is where a smith will be, because we got my higher level characters. I got my smith. Right down here you'll see train. As you go through the game, at the beginning you'll be able to just use gold to upgrade the smith to a certain level. Then you'll have to collect pages, which on Nightmare you'll start collecting the pages and then give them to them. Then after, I think it's level 5 or level 6, you'll need the Tombs of Blacksmithing. And the Tombs of Blacksmithing to level them up to, I believe, level 10. Something like that, on Hell difficulty, and then Nightmare. Sorry, Nightmare, then Hell difficulty. Right now my main monk is on Hell, which is pretty much Hell if you're not geared properly. And then you got Inferno after that, which I haven't made it to yet. So, go into my inventory. As you see, I got my potions here. Potions are already hotkeyed to Q button. And that. So, let's leave town. Talk to Captain Rumford.
I will help you fight the risen dead.
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
That will not be my fate.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors. They're attacking the barricades!
Alright, so we'll go on with the quest. Alright. Notice we picked up an item there. Blue magic chest armor. Nice. Actually, let's go back to town. I forgot. All your gold that you got also are shared between all your characters. So we'll just buy some better equipment before we head on.
Got a right good bunch of things for you.
Actually, not from there. We'll go back here. If you're first playing the game for the first time, well, like I am right here, this is blocked, so unfortunately we can't go on. If I had some lower level stuff, I could... Sorry about this. We'll talk to him. Go to craft. So if you look in forge armor, at level 10 I can forge my first belt. So I don't believe I can forge anything at this time. Um, Anyways, as you level up, he'll gain more items that he's able to forge. For right now, there's nothing I can make at this level. So we'll just go ahead. Go across the bridge. Nice little spooky scenery.
I don't have enough spirit.
And as you do, like I said before, use the left mouse button, you'll generate spirit, which will fill up here, and then your right mouse button will use it up. So we got some new lore.
I will never forget the first time I saw these horrors shambling out of the misty woods. Our loved ones, buried long ago, rose from their
Not enough
graves
spirit.
and began to attack the living. However, the risen dead were only the beginning.
So you'll find journals from Deckard Cain as you go through. If any of you played part 1 and 2, you probably remember Deckard Cain quite well. So anyways, go through here. The other difference between this and part 2, whereas part 2 kept generating the maps a little differently. This one, the maps pretty much stay the same. The only differences are when you're in dungeons, the exits will change, and when you're on the map, sometimes you'll see a special little extra dungeon here, or sometimes the dungeon will be moved to a different location. For the most part, it doesn't change as much as the Diablo 2 did for the maps. Go through here, fight a few different guys.
I need spirit.
Monk is pretty badass. Probably like my most favorite character in this. Know a few people that use a barbarian, and the barbarian does have, good defense in that, and especially later on in the game can take quite a good beating. But if you got good equipment and you got your monk skill set up right, you shouldn't really have to worry about being hit too much, because everything will be dead by the time it really has a chance to hurt you. Especially with the AoEs, you can take out massive groups of enemies pretty much with the monk. I found it pretty broken later on in the game. Anyways, I'll just kill a couple more guys. Oh, got some new lore from Deckard
I
Cain.
am
Oh,
Abdalhazir, adventurer, scholar, and researcher. I share my knowledge of this incredible world and its creatures through my insightful missives, often at grave risk to myself. Why, I was recently in Kanduras, where my tents were ransacked by vicious quill fiends. I was able to beat them off with a shoe, but a less bold man would have fared far worse.
as you defeat new enemies too, you also get little messages given to you by either Deckard Cain or a couple different guys explaining about them. Kind of giving you a little bit of a background, a little extra story to the game. We'll head back to town. And that's pretty much it for now. Like I said, this is just going to be a little bit of a quick video just to show you guys a little bit of Diablo 3 if some of you haven't seen it yet. I know probably a lot of you have. I will be doing some videos on this soon. Like I said, I'll start doing a Let's Play on hardened difficulty so then we can get a little bit more into the game and show you much more. Um, this is Dr. Madnar, 1977. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys again soon. Have a good day.